Right. Hello again. So, it's been a while. I do owe you guys an apology. It's been a long time since I've made any sort of content in short space of time. It's been a few months here, a couple of videos, a few months, and this has been the longest break. So, there's a video to say I'm alive, everything's okay, just about. It is now, semi-permanent. And it's a bit of an update video, really, on what projects I've got and what things need and what I've got on the go. A lot has happened since the last time we spoke. Well, a lot of personal stuff I don't really want to get into, and that's kind of the reason why things have slowed down a lot, on here anyway. But the, big life stuff, like being made redundant and losing my job, and then struggling to find somewhere to live, and relationship stuff, and moving in with a friend, and then couldn't find another job, and then starting my own business, which we'll also go into. And yeah, so things have started to simmer very, very slightly. So I thought I'd take the opportunity when I had the chance to let you guys know things are cool. This isn't over. It will continue in a different format, which I haven't really worked out yet. But for the purpose of today, we're going to be talking about what projects I have now currently, the ones that you may have seen that are now gone, no longer here. I've sold them, they're gone. And yeah, just telling you what's going on, and then I can slowly start to reintroduce you into some new videos that I plan on doing in the future. So, I mean, nothing's changed. Like, you know the drill. Pause the video now, not yet. Go and put the kettle on, make a nice hot cup of tea, grab yourself a biscuit. Foxes are quite nice, actually. The assortments are quite good if you've got about a thought, if you're really there. But and then I'll meet you. We'll start on this guy. I'll meet you over. We'll start on this side. I'll do a quick walk round, walk through, talk through, and I'll show you what this is all about. And then we'll get on to the others. So do that now. Pause the video, and I'll catch you over there. I'm going to need some lighting. It's pretty dark. This is my 1990 VW T3 panel van. Not a Vanagon, it's a panel van. But I bought this not too long ago with a view of turning it into a work van. The new business, which is classic cars, mainly restoring and servicing, maintaining classic cars. So I thought, I need a work van, so this guy's going to get it. So the work I've done so far, welding. I've been doing welding, lower panel. The other side is exactly the same. I'll show you that a bit closer. I have had a first pass with the filler. It's not quite there just yet, but we're getting there. Terrible place to weld. I don't know why I picked there. You always want a flat piece because it's easier to make it look good. All the seams have been dug out because it was a little bit rusted. This was all fiberglass behind here, so this has been cut out. I've had to cut the inside out to get at this join, so I can proper have a look in here as well and make sure that this is okay, and it is now. That needs some more filler on there. This also here was all fiberglass, all of this piece. You can see where I've welded, but I can't quite get the grinder in there to hide the lumps, so I'm going to get a die grinder or a little Dremel or something in there, and then this will be ready for filler, just to join this. What else? Inside's pretty good. There's a slow drain on the battery, so I found that. It's a USB bloody port in there. I'll show you the engine in the back in a minute. You know, Wi-Fi, sunroof, good. How many miles has it got on the clock? 146,206. It's quite a bit, and that's miles as well. It's not kilometers. I hate the steering wheel. The steering wheel, I've got an original in the pile of bits. That's, yeah, I'm going to return stuff to original, really. I've already done it on the wheels. The wheels were some awful modern alloy low profile dealies. They were the first things to come straight off. The radiator, This is the front of it. The usual suspect of that ledge there is, yeah, it's pretty bad. And it was all fiberglass and mesh, and they've done a little bit here that needs to be cut out and welded in. All this needs to be ground out, which is going to be interesting. And then it does need a new radiator, but it does work for the time being, but that's going to come out. Back onto this guy. No more welding. This side was the good side. This side was the advertised side. Bit of glue to get rid of, that's going to be fun. And then obviously again here, I haven't sanded this yet, I just mucked a load on there, so I think this side will be better than the other. Let's have a look inside. So the engine is a 1.9 litre water box, same as the yellow, same as you know, the yellow submarine, the Vanagon. And it's all, look at this, I might keep this. Nope, first thing to go. And yeah, apart from that, I'm pretty pleased. It's going to be okay. I'm going to weld the bulkhead up solid. I'm going to weld that sunroof closed because it leaked anyway. And also I'm going to weld this, some nice 3 mil with some strength behind it. And then secure it massively, because van theft is a genuine problem in the UK. Not van theft, but work van breaking into for theft of things, if that makes sense. So that's this guy. That is this guy. I suppose next we'll go on to... not sure. I suppose the Jensen's still going. We'll go and have a look at that next. Yeah, the plan for this is to finish the welding and then get the bodywork sorted. I'm converting it to the square headlight version. I've got all that. And yeah, hopefully then this can get on the road and I can have everything in this then, instead of having everything in multiple different locations. Stress. So all right, let's go and have a look at the Jensen. This is my 1974 Jensen Healey. I've had this for about 5 years now. It was labour of love. It was a project me and my dad did during COVID. And yeah, and I've been using it. I've had it for about 5 years. And it was my daily driver for 2 years until it got to a point where certain things started to go and it needed a bit of work on it. For those of you that already watch the channel and already know, I haven't got the original engine in this, or gearbox. This has been Rover V8 swapped. This is a 3.5 litre Rover V8 with a 5-speed LT77 box in it. Now, a lot of you might remember that I was using this all over Europe at one point. I did a massive trip around Germany, which is another video actually. And I changed the cam in it and the lifters and stuff, but I'd never rebuilt the bottom end and I never knew the condition of the bottom end. So this year, well, in fact, last year, I got invited to the NEC by the Jensen Owners Club to bring this. But they, you know, I did say, look, it needs a lot of work doing to it. And they said, bring it and do it. So that's what we did. With my friend, with a help of my friend Carl, we took it down in the trailer and blew it to pieces at the show, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And what we did on it was the whole back axle come off, prop shaft come off, engine and gearbox come out, the front subframe, so the front axle, that all come off. The back axle was completely replaced. And then the front subframe had all the bushes pulled out of it, and all that was replaced as well. And then the engine and gearbox was completely removed. The gearbox, its input shaft, engine side, the bearings were on the way out and were making a bit of a noise. And so I put my old box back on, exactly the same, LT77. And then for the engine, it was knocking. It was knocking quite badly once it got to temperature. So I blew the bottom end off it and changed all the big end bearings. I didn't look at the main bearings because I didn't have any, and I thought ignorance is bliss, you know. And then got it back, we test drove it, got it onto the trailer, drove it back home, and then, yeah, my conscience got the better of me and the engine and gearbox came back out, and I took the bottom end off again, changed all the main bearings, which were knackered. They were all knackered. Have a look at the picture. and then it's all gone back in. Great. Oh, runs lovely. Needs gears in the oil pump, which I've got to do. And also, you might have remembered, I might superimpose a picture right now of what it used to look like. But I used to, and those of you that saw it at the shows might have remembered there was something here. There was like a Heath Robinson, Jiggery Pokery Frankenstein looking brake pedal off a Cortina, which I was using as a clutch mechanism, because the original clutch for these is like a pull cable which actuates the clutch, whereas the Rover is hydraulic. So I changed that cable to a rod which came out of that hole and which came to a brake mechanism here, which was a lever which pulled on a plunger and actuated a master cylinder mounted here with a pipe then going down to the slave. Well, that has changed, and I'll show you. You might be able to see the reservoir there for it. There's the new clutch reservoir, and it goes in. I've managed to, with the help of Martin Shirley from the Gents and Owners Club, the technical expert anyway, come up with a bit of a plate and a fixture to fit a master cylinder from a later, or was it an earlier? I think a pre-1997 VWT4, which has a correct bore size of 19 and a bit mil. I mounted it off the clutch pedal. So I'll take some pictures, I'll show you in there now. So you can see there, I hope you can, the master cylinder at the back, working off the clutch pedal. Yeah, it's a little idea from Martin Shirley. You can also see some of the rust I need to sort out. But yeah, cheers Martin, thanks for that. That's been tested, that works great, I'm chuffed with that. The next thing I want to do on the car is paint and bodywork. It needs time, and there's some welding underneath that needs doing as well. So we've got paintwork issues all along the door, great. We've got a ding here, don't know if you can see that. Yeah, that's a pretty big ding there. Yeah, that's a nice one. And then there's just small stuff. There's small bits of rust and things. There's quite a lot underneath on the rear near side. Inner sill has completely given way. I've ran over something pretty quick and it's just pushed all the inside of the car up. Also, I'm just not quite pleased with the colour of it. At the time when I first painted it, I picked the easiest paint I could find, which was a Ford solid colour, which was frozen white. It was white #1 in the book, so that if I ever needed some more paint, then I knew I could find it pretty easily. But yeah, it's a little bit too white for me, really. So I'm going to go for a bit of more of a cream colour. So, and it'll give me an opportunity to sort out all those little bits of rust as well. So, everything else I'm pretty pleased with. Need to sort the tracking out on the front, but everything else I'm pretty pleased with. It's running okay, and I love this car. I will never ever sell it. Anyway, that's the end of that. What can we hit next? We'll hit the yellow. We'll hit the yellow van. Yeah, got a big plan for the yellow van. Oh, wouldn't you like to know? This is the yellow van. Again, for those of you that know the channel, this has been a long labour of love. This engine has seen some absolute action. So most recently, this had gone to the 80th anniversary or 85th anniversary of the Battle of Arnhem. Went to go and see my friends and pay my respects, more importantly. And it overheated whilst out there. It was September and it was absolutely boiling. Sorry for the noise, somebody's having a bathroom put in. And it overheated, didn't think anything of it. It just burst a pipe back there in the back corner, just coming off the head. Didn't think anything of it. Drove it home, it was fine. Fine. Couple of day drive, it was okay. And since then, it's been not happy. It hasn't been okay, but it's been usable. And I was using this as the daily. This is before I got the Range Rover. So this is my daily. And then we planned a big road trip to France, Le Mans Classic, which was, when was that? July, over the weekend. We allocated 2 days to get down there, but for some reason only gave ourselves a day to get back. It was me and 2 other friends in this. And on the way there, I mean, these are like, the top speed of these really is about 60, 65, really. On the way there, once we'd stopped the night in Rouen and we were carrying on the next day, we were tipping. I was tipping 85, 86 miles an hour in this. And it was right on the limit. Unbeknownst to me, a little bit foolish really, we got there, turned it off, had plans to do maintenance and stuff on it before the drive home, got absolutely ball bagged and did none of it. And then driving back on the Monday, uber hungover, and we got to one of the toll booths probably about an hour before getting to Calais, and this overheated badly. We pulled over, put more coolant in it, just carried on, limped it to the ferry, got onto the ferry, again, can't get to it, so didn't think anything of it, and got it home. I mean, we didn't get it home, it got to the M6, and then we ran out hard shoulder, and then we were using the SOS, the little, you know, there was no hard shoulder on parts of the M6, so we went onto the M6 toll because there was a hard shoulder there, and when the toll ended, we were in danger zone because there was nowhere to stop, and we were trying to pepper pot in between those little like 1 car space areas where you can pull over. Just bleeding the radiator, coolant was getting forced straight out the back of the car, the radiator was draining, so the head gasket, or compression was getting into the coolant really, and it was getting worse and worse and worse, and we were about 25-30 minutes from home and we ran out. We just couldn't do it, it was too much. So I've had this head off again, I checked the plugs. This guy was very brown, covered in coolant, so coolant was getting in here. Cylinder 3 is notorious for this sort of shenanigans because it gets the hottest, and that guy back there as well. These 2 cylinders get the hottest, and this one had just failed. So I took the head off, changed the ring, changed the O-ring and the compression ring, put it back on, no difference. So I've put a new head on there now. So I've just ran it, new plug leads as well. Wow, look at this, hey big spender. So hopefully, yeah, this is finally it for this engine. Now, I need to tell you my plan, because this engine isn't staying in the car, right? It's not staying in the van again. This is gonna be a spare engine for my work van. This is getting completely removed. And my plan is to cut the arse off the van down this seam line, completely chop that, roof and everything, both sides, all the way, and remove it. And then I'm going to get another section of this and then extend it. Basically, I'm going to have this section twice off the back of it, because the engine that I plan on putting in here, if you remember, was that Rover 3.5 litre V8 that I've been rebuilding. I'm going to do it. But to do that, the engine comes out to about here. And I've seen people that have done them and they've cut, like they've got like bits and cut the arse out of the van and then done all this. And I don't want to do that. I want to extend the space inside the camper as well. And I want a good, reliable engine. Something that's going to be, you know, not to like do burnouts or race anybody with, but just an engine I know how to rebuild, something that's simple and easy to fix, and I know it's good for 100,000 miles. So that's the plan. Going to need to extend the chassis potentially, and then work out the gubbins and support, and then adapter plate and cable linkage, and yeah, there's a lot to do, but you know, all in good time. That's the plan. That's the plan. So I'm looking for a donor at the minute that I can cut the arse off and nick any spare bits that I need. So that's the plan. But this will still be used probably until the end of this year, or probably halfway through next year, and then I'll take the engine out. Once I've got all my stuff in one sock ready to do it, and I'll have the time coming up, I'll do it. So that's the yellow van. Yeah, there you go. Last is the Volvo. Let's go. So this is the Volvo. At the minute, the engine's coming out again. The bottom end is knocking. And unfortunately, to get the sump off, you've got to... It's a bit of a song and a dance with the front suspension. You can't actually get the sump off it. But the bodywork and all the welding and everything else is done. It's done, it's ready. All the rockers, the sills are done. It's not bad at all. Inside the boot, this has had to be rebuilt out of metal and a little bit of filler, I'm not going to lie, but they're unobtainium, you can't get them. All the boots good. Got the steering wheel that came with it. Spare wheel. Look at the usual spots. Pretty good. And under here is good as well. Well, you've seen that in other videos and on my Instagram as well. Pretty decent. So the engine's coming out this week and we're going to get some new shell bearings for it, but this will be this isn't a project. This is going to be I'm going to sell this. This is going up for sale this springtime as the weather starts to turn. Hopefully this should be there or thereabouts, and then we'll be yeah, it'll be gone. There might be some of you who remember I had a Mark II Jag in here at some point that and with help from Dad, because I would not have been able to do it without Dad, saved it from the scrap man. Unintentionally, it was a sight unseen purchase, which was the worst decision of my life. So please be aware, if you're going to buy a car unseen, go and see it, right? Go and see it. That's gone. That was done, finished and sold. There's a video which I think most of you have probably seen, which is a couple of videos back now. And it's Mark II saved from the scrap man. So go and have a look at that, because it was in a wow state. It was pretty bloody bad. But that's gone. It is literally just this guy now. It's literally just that. This is the only real project I've got on the go, apart from the work van, which you've seen. So there we go. I think we're up to date. We are up to date. Let me show you the inside of here as well. It's a beautiful car. I got the seats and upholstery were done by Auto Stitch in Ellesmere. Shameless plug. They're a decent husband and wife team, and everything else is original. So it has tape player. It did have an 8-track tape player in here as well, but that's been removed. I think Dad's flogged that separately, sneaky boy. But everything else, let me get in here. So what miles have we got on there? We have 96,731 miles, which sounds about right. The gauges work, everything in it works. I don't want to turn that on because we've unplugged all the fuel pump and everything. But it's a beautiful car. It's a later 1970, I think it's 72, I'm pretty sure. It's got, wow, we've got some extra keys in there. Some other bits and bobs, plenty of fuses. We'll need those. Help! There we go. Cigarette lighter, probably still works, haven't checked that. But look at this, all tactile fuses and click-clacks, and it's good. I much prefer this than a screen, you know. 4-speed box, overdrive works as well. Solenoid works, overdrive works. So yeah, pretty decent. Headliner's pretty good. Little bit of titivation back here and here. Other side looks okay, apart from in that corner. But everything else looks quite good. I'm a little bit annoyed. You might see the little Simon Templar, the little emblem there for the saint. This this guy didn't come with the car. These I've had to put on here. They were signed by Roger Moore, and the previous owner took them out before I took the car away, and I didn't realise until I got it home. Yeah, right, bloody annoyed there. Sneaky boy. Anyway, never mind. So that's the crack. This has had some chassis work done. It's had all new brakes, discs all. It's got discs all round. It's had all of them changed. The brakes have all gone through. Everything else has been done underneath, all the scale and all the rust. And it's good. It's a solid car. It's a solid car. The reason it was parked was it had a cam lobe completely wiped out and the bottom end was knocking. So we've got a new cam in it, which if I got some videos I'll put up now. Right, that's what a cam lobe is supposed to look like.
Funny how that one's gone completely, isn't it?
And that's...
Look at it, it's gone completely. No wonder it wouldn't seem wrong.
It's bloody bad. We're about to whip the engine back out and do the big ends. We didn't realise that the big ends needed doing until we changed the cam, because the cam was so loud and it was backfiring through the carb, because I think it was the rearmost exhaust was flat on that lobe. It was backfiring. The noise was that loud that we couldn't hear the bottom end. It sounded catastrophic. Anyway, I digress. So that's what we're doing this week. So I'll bring you along for that. So yeah, we're going to crack on with this, and I'll keep you updated as we go. Hello guys, chaps and chappets. So it's me again from the future. Well, hang on a minute. No, because it will be the past. But no, where you've just seen me was the past, and this is a few weeks into the future now. Yes. Anyway, what I wanted to chat to you about was this. Thinking back to earlier in the video where we were talking about Jensen Healey, and all the work that happened on that, and all the work that happened last time we were at the NEC last year, with me and Adam and Carl, of course. I'm there this year. I'm going again. So the whole weekend is from the 20th, the 21st, and the 22nd of March. And that's at the Birmingham NEC, and it's the restoration show. And I'm going to be there again with the Jensen. I'm going to be swapping the heads on it. And for you guys that haven't been and are thinking about doing it, come. Please come. Not necessarily for me to meet me, but because of the show. It's huge. It's massive. If you like old cars, restoration cars, supercars, classic cars, vintage cars, DIYers, professional restorers, it's got all of it. Barn finds, concourse condition stuff. There's a massive auto jumble there. There's loads of cars that you can get out there and have a ride in round the circuit. What else have they got? Loads. They've got demos, they've got live stages, they've got people, the guest speakers. I think Mike Brewer always talks every year, bores the death out of me, but if you guys like him, pelt yourself. They've got demo stands, they've got welding demonstrations, grinding demonstrations, they've got loads of kit there for professionals and beginners and DIYers like you and I. Well, I'm not quite a DIYer anymore. But it's more thanks to this show. Because of the amount of tools and the amount of exposure there, you're surrounded by the like-minded people that want to look after these cars, that are custodians of these cars, and either love it as a profession or as a hobby, keeping them going. So I'm going to be there because I love the thing and I want to support it. And I've got some work to do on my car, and they've asked me if I wanted to do it. So if you are coming, it's the 20th, 21st and 22nd of March. Over that weekend. The Saturday is the busier day, and I'll be there. Come and find me. I'll be at the Jensen Owners Club stand, so come and say hello as well, and we can have a walk round together, because I'll be dying to get away from that car. So come and say hello. Anyway, okay, I'm here. So thank you very much for watching the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and come and see me. And I'll see you later.